Hi everybody, how are you doing? Welcome to my channel. My name is Brick. For anybody that's new to my channel, I talk about true crimes, but I talk about crimes that are based out of Michigan. Why? Because I live in Michigan and I love crime stories. I love them all. Snap, 48 Hours, Dayline, Fear Thy Neighbor. It's so many out there. So I don't know, but that's just my thing. So I want to talk about some crimes that happened in Michigan. So let's get started, okay? So today we're going to talk about a sad, sensitive subject. So if you want to unwind with crime with me, get you a glass of wine, okay? So this crime is an oldie. It is from 2002, November the 16th of 2002. Oh my goodness. So sad, guys. So sad. Jamar Pickney Jr. and Jamar Pickney Sr. So Jamar Pickney Jr. confessed to his mother, Lizette Cherry, that he had inappropriately touched his 3-year-old half sister, okay, which is his father's child. And he had touched this child over to his father's house while visiting. So he admitted that to his mother, and his mother, God bless her soul, I know good and well that she has so much regret of calling the father, which you should do. She called him being a responsible mother. You know, she said this is something that you just cannot sweep under the rug. And I agree with that. You cannot sweep any kind of child abuse under the rug. It needs to be handled, dealt with, therapy, counseling, imprisonment, whatever. It has to be dealt with. So, needless to say, she did speak to the father about that. Being responsible, you know, so they can try to help their son, okay, who was 15 years old at the time. 15 years old. So, you know, the father, you know, he's enraged. Of course, anyone should be. I would be too if I was in that situation. You know, the mother was, I'm sure. That's why she couldn't believe it either. Told the father, being responsible. So what happened was, you know, the father, he did talk to the baby's mother, 3-year-old's mother. She wanted to press charges. Um, want to press charges against him, which is understandable. You know, he went over to his son's house that stayed that stayed in Highland Park. The father stayed in Newport in Detroit on the east side, and the mother and the son lived in Highland Park. So he went to Highland Park, Michigan. He got there, he started questioning his son. You know, I'm pretty sure his son was probably fearful of his dad and didn't want to disappoint him. So he kept denying it and denying it and denying it, you know, at first. Eventually, the son did admit to what he did. You know, he said that he, you know, ended up humping on the young child, that he didn't take his clothes off and he ended up humping on her. Well, the father was so enraged, he will end up, oh my goodness, taking a pistol out, pistol whipping his son, beating his son, okay? The mother and the mother's sister heard what was going on, heard the rumbling in the house, came down to see what was going on in the living room, see him whooping and beating his child, see them whooping and beating on her child. Try to intervene, try to stop it. He threatened them with the gun, saying that, you know, basically he'll shoot them too. They keep on trying to interrupt what he's doing. And he orders his son, of 15 years old, to strip down to nothing, okay? Son gets on his knees. He's praying to his dad, begging him, don't do it, daddy, just don't do it. I'm sorry. He has them stripped. He parades them outside, have them walking up and down the street, parading them naked. There's a field right next to their home where he has them get on his knees and he shoots him in the head, execution style, and takes his life. This right here really, really hurt me. I am not one of these people who believe that, sexual abuse should not be taken serious. I think it should be upheld, taken them. That's one of the top serious crimes in my book when it comes, especially when it's done to a child, okay? Anybody for that matter. But I feel like he was also a child. I feel like there was probably a different way to go about this, but everyone has their opinions, right? So, can you imagine what that mother, what she felt, what she was feeling at the time of this? I would not want to be in her shoes. It's unconsolable. I'm sure, it was terrible. So, Mr. Pickney, a senior, said that he snapped. He could not believe that his son could do this. He snapped. He snapped, he said, and he just lost it, and he did what he did. He did apologize during the court hearing and said that this will probably haunt him the rest of his life, what he did. And I'm sure it did, because I'm sure it is, because it still haunts me. I can't believe that someone could take their own child and shoot him in the head, execution style. I don't think, no matter what he did, but I do think that rehabilitation could have definitely been brought in the picture. Who knows? Sometimes children, not saying it's the case for him, are also sexually abused or groomed, and so they will repeat. But the sad thing is that he wanted help. He the one confessed to his mother. It's not like no one found this out on their own. He the one confessed to his mother what happened, and he said he needed help. And so his mother contacted his father, which she should have done, being responsible. So I just really thought this was a very, 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 very sad case. Anything to me, resulting in children in crimes is always sad. So Jamar Pickney Sr. was, given 37 to 80 years imprisonment. 37 to 80 years imprisonment. So let's go down and let me show you his Otis. Otis is a system that we do use here in Michigan. It's a offender online tracking system that, it tells you your offenses, it tells you what you're in imprisonment for. So you can pause, and you can just look at all of his charges. He is charged with 5 different charges, and here are they. Okay. So, that being said, like I said, really, really, really sad, short case. He's still in prison, of course. So he won't be eligible until 2046. So, yeah. There is I usually, whenever it is a series like 48 Hours or Snap, Killer Couples, whatever, one of these shows, and if it's a case related to it, I like to put it in the description box so you can go check it out yourself. It wasn't one. There is not one that I can find related to this case. I just just remember this case. So that's why I'm talking about it now. And you can just pull up and read about it. You know, I'll put his name in the description box. But again, it was just sad to me. So I'm doing crimes, like I said, based out of Michigan that had happened, and that, you know, they kind of really touched me, and it's a lot of them. So, you know, I have, you know, I was like, oh my goodness, I remember that. You know what I'm saying? And so just thinking back how it saddened me, you know, to think that a parent can execute their child like that. You know, it was like so callously. It's like, wow, but it happened, and it happens here. So that's why I'm talking about it. So thank you for watching my video. I am going to be coming out with another one pretty soon. So watch my next one, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Here in Michigan, we do have 29 state prisons for men, and we do have only one state prison for women. So therefore, you know, I would like to know where you're at. Can you put in the description about where you're from? And if you haven't done it in one of my previous videos, just let me know where you're from, and if you know how many prisons there are versus the men in your state also. Okay, so straight from Michigan, thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye, see you later, and thanks for unwinding with crime with me today.